Good evening, fans. Welcome inside the Luke Urban Fieldhouse at BMC Durfee High School here in Fall River for Big 3 Girls Hoops. Durfee hosting New Bedford. Here it is February 16th, day before winter break, and very rarely do we say that one game can define a season. But for tonight, that's exactly what the headline is for the Durfee Lady Hilltoppers. They come in at 7-10, having just defeated Somerset on the road. We had that game for you. That was Shaylin Carrero's 1,000-point game. And now here we are at home, second to last home game for the Lady Hilltoppers. But tonight's game will determine whether or not they get to go to the postseason. Coach Brendan Kelly, with a healthy, superstitious mind, loves when I'm here. We've got a pretty good record on Fred TV of games that we've covered, if I do say so myself. And so I know that he's happy to see us here, and we're happy to be here for Big 3. So we're hoping for the Lady Hilltoppers, at least for their consecutive playoff appearance streak, that they can get it done tonight. If they don't, unfortunately, they will miss the cut. They're relying on what would be a split in the Big 3. So New Bedford comes in at 11-7. They've won 4 of their last 5, and they are 2-1 in the Big 3 thanks to a double overtime thriller against Brockton in their third Big 3 game of the season. So that's why with Durfee at 1-2, Brockton 2-2. This is the last Big 3 game of the season. The Hilltoppers need to win it and force a 3-way tie. That would be their only way of getting in. Because with 3 games left, they need to win 3 games. That includes tonight. So tonight's a must-win for the Lady Hilltoppers. And we got a great crowd on hand for Friday Night Hoops. As the boys travel, we have elementary school night here at the field house. So nice group of youngsters who have had a great winter sports season, along with their coaches and a bunch of course, parents and friends and family here to support the kids, as well as the varsity game, that is. So we'll run them down here from the front. This is in no particular order. For the Fonseca School, we have the Fonseca group with the girls basketball team with head coach Stacy Gonzalez. We have the Green School with head coach Mary Mueller. And we have the Laterno School with head coach Kate McDonald. We have the Sylvia School, head coach Jillian Woodward. Spencer Borden, you see them there in the blue. Spencer Borden with head coach Dan Camo. The Tansy School with head coach Vicky Strito. Watson Elementary with head coach Dana Hubbard. The Viveris School with head coach Kathy Sanson. Doran/Stone School, head coach Anna Martinez. And then Henry Lord Community School with head coach Alyssa Correa. So a couple assistant coaches, of course, with each team as well, including former Durfee VP Amy Bronhard, who's the principal over at Henry Lord. She's assisting Alyssa Correa, so a shout out to Amy. We miss her here at Durfee. So great to see all these elementary school kiddos here tonight in the second to last girls home game of the season. All right, we're going to meet the starting lineups now. We'll start with the visitors. The Lady Whalers are led by head coach Jordan Pena, and their first starter tonight is number 24, Sharon Rose. Next up, we have number 15, Kiara Almeida Silvia. Next up, Janice Leo, number 14. Janice had a great year against us last year when we saw her, very tall. She's a threat. Watch out for her tonight. Monica Ayers, a captain, number 23. And now number 1, another captain, Erin Resendiz. So that's your Lady Whalers. Now for the Lady Hilltoppers with Brendan Kelly as head coach. First up for the Lady Hilltoppers, we have number 3, Atia Rivera. Number 12 is next. That is Katera James, who had a huge game against Somerset. 4 3 balls in that game for her. Number 15 is next. That's Abby Callahan. Following Abby is going to be number 33, Nicole Parks. Also had a great game against Somerset. 19 points before she was pulled in the fourth quarter. She had a great night. And, of course, the senior captain, number 35, Shaylin Carrero, who's sitting on an even 1,000 points after putting up the 19 she needed against Somerset. We're going to pause now for the playing of the national anthem. We'll see you on the other side of the Star Spangled Banner. So each team will have a quick timeout here before we start. Get to make sure everybody's on the same page. Game plan is set for both sides. It's been a good night for the Hilltoppers here because freshman won, and then JV just came from behind and won 41-36 about 20 minutes ago. And so again, the varsity Lady Hilltoppers in a must-win and hoping to finish off what would be a clean sweep on this Friday night. So as the girls take the court, you're watching High School Hoops on Fred TV. Evan Massoud with you for this evening's broadcast. And be sure to follow us on Facebook. Like and follow us at Fred TV Sports. If you missed the Somerset game where Shaylin got her 1,000th point, that game is on that Fred TV Sports Facebook page. So get on social media and take a look at it if you missed it. Janice Leo wins the tip. Again, New Bedford riding a nice string of games here. They've won 4 of their last 5. And again, the big one that Coach Pena refers to as that 3 to begin the scoring is good from Almeida Sylvia. Coach Pena referring to the double overtime Brockton victory as kind of a turning point, offensively putting up about 55+ points a game. Good place to be. Anytime you're averaging over 50, you're doing things right. So hurled up by Atia Rivera does not go. Back out to the point. Tipped and blocked by Parks. We saw that quite a bit in the Somerset game. Heading to the basket, and she draws the foul. So Almeida Sylvia getting tagged on the foul there. 2 shots for Nicole Parks. Nicole was 2 for 4 in the Somerset game last time out. Misses the first. Second one no good either, and it's going to be Sharon Rose with the rebound. She takes it up the court. Going underneath to Leo. Parks steals it back again. 2-on-2 here. Parks going to the hoop, puts it up no good. It's off the side of the glass. And a feed to Leo. Carrero tips it away. Leo keeps it in bounds, but Carrero's going to grab the loose ball. Good hustle defense from Shaylin right there. Trying to find her now underneath. She picks it up. No foul. A lot of contact, but no fouls. There is Rose getting it to Monica Ayers. Back to Rose, thought of three, and it's going to hold up. Now to Leo. Back out to Rose. And that is going to miss the backboard, and Hilltoppers will take it back. Rivera to James. Again, James hit that outside shot with authority. Rivera wants three, and it's off the top of the glass. Still in play. Carrero puts it in, and now Carrero over 1,000 points for her career. Again, came in exactly at 1,000 after the Somerset game, and now she is up over 1,000. Rose jumper in the paint. Spins around the hoop, and no good. The Hilltoppers will take it back with a chance to take their first lead here. About 2.5 minutes gone. Carrero for three, and it's good. She took a couple threes in the Somerset game, but didn't get it to fall. I think maybe one or two, actually. And they didn't go, so she was working underneath more. But that one, the outside shot went. Feed to Leo. Nice ball movement by the Lady Whalers. Under 10 on the shot clock. Rose going to drive. Has it deflected, but Leo had it go right into her hands, and she puts it in. Tied at 5. Errant pass there. Leo picks it up, gets it to Almeida Sylvia. Underneath it goes to Ayers for two. Bedford back out in front. Foul on the floor. And it's going to be Erin Resendiz picking up the second team foul, her first. Abby Callahan will inbound. They get it to James. To Parks. Parks going to try to drive through the traffic, and she puts it in off the glass for two. Good feed to Rose, redirects, loses the ball. Thought she had a lane, and then was tipped away. Callahan puts up a three. It's going to be just off the mark. Foot race to the ball. James has it. Get it to Carrero. Carrero has it tipped away by Resendiz, able to put up a shot, no good. Therefore, the rebound is Rose. She takes it back, gets it to Leo, and a travel violation on Leo. One extra step there to the hoop. Callahan lofts up a three off the backboard into the hands of Parks. Parks sends it off of Leo out of bounds, and the Hilltoppers keep it. Callahan will inbound. Parks calling for it. Sharon Rose almost swatted it away. Loose ball. Carrero fighting for it. Foul on the floor. Sharon Rose picks up her first foul, up to 3 now for the Whalers. Now reset the shot clock, and Callahan will inbound again. Out to Carrero on the line. It's off the rim. out off of Carrero, so Monica Ayers will inbound. New Bedford's going to keep it. Rose to the far side now to Almeida Sylvia. Now to this side again. Good ball movement. Really like the passing from the Lady Whalers early on here. Almeida Sylvia put that up, no good. Atia Rivera with the rebound, kind of almost cutting in front of Katera James there. Two toppers were right there for it. Callahan underneath to Parks. Parks going out to Carrero. Nice move by Shaylin. Can't get it to fall as it goes the other way. And it'll be Durfee ball. Went out off of Rose. Couldn't handle it. And Callahan inbounding to Parks. Quick release three from the corner is good. Parks hit her one and only three in the third quarter of the Somerset game, doing it here in the first quarter. That is off the back of the rim from Ayers. Durfee ball. Out to Callahan. Back to the corner to James. I like the setup there. James was covered up, having a fight to get to the basket. Tipped back out by Parks. It ends up to Ayers, and Rose will take it. Out to Ayers for three, and it's off the front of the rim. Leo using the height, gets the foul, and she'll take two. It's going to be Durfee's first foul of the night. Shaylin Carrero picking up the first for the Hilltoppers. First one does not go for Leo. Second one no good either, so both sides with a trip to the free throw line and have come up 0 for 2 each side. Parks got the rebound. Bounce pass underneath Carrero, and Rose fighting for it. The jump ball goes Durfee's way. Quick pass to Carrero underneath for the basket, and one for the foul. She was standing there all alone, so she just kind of called for it. Abby saw her. Sharon Rose gonna take a breather here as she's picked up 2 first quarter fouls. So Carrero with the basket. Gonna make it a 3-point swing. And it's good. 6-0 run for the Hilltoppers. Carrero got that back. Callahan had tipped it, and I think that's what gave Carrero the edge. James puts it up, no good. Parks there for the rebound. Open three from the corner is off the rim. Carrero with the rebound in double coverage, trying to get free. Bounces it to the corner to James. James takes the three. It's off the rim to the other side. And Atia Rivera with the deuce. If at first you fail, try again, and that's the perfect way to describe that sequence for the Hilltoppers. An 8-0 run for Durfee. It's 15-7 with 81 seconds to play in the first quarter. Whalers with it to come back from the timeout. Leo sends it back to Almeida Sylvia. She was covered up by Callahan's. Now they are across center. Leo in the paint. Nice fadeaway jumper right there. That was really nice. 4 points for Leo. Good feed from Callahan underneath to Parks. Down to Tasha Gaylor, puts it up, bounce in and out, no good, and Parks comes away with the rebound. Nice move, and a foul coming. And it is Gaylor picking up the foul. That's her first. She just came into the game a couple moments ago. 5th team foul already for the Whalers here in the first quarter. Carrero at the line for 2. Hits the first. Jalen is 3 for 3 from the line. She's got 10 first quarter points. 37.5 to play in the first. Whalers down by 10, 19-9. Good feed underneath, but can't get it to go. That was Kelsey Martins, who's also just recently subbed in. She was all alone and just didn't get the right angle on it. Carrero to Parks. Martins covering her up. Parks to the basket. Gets her own rebound, and that does not fall. 10 seconds in the first. Whalers will have the last shot. 3 seconds. Ayers with the ball. Throws it away. Carrero's going to hold it. Hilltoppers win the first. 19-9 after 1 quarter of play. Very impressive first quarter. The Hilltoppers ended it very impressively, allowing just 2 points, going on a 12-2 run to end the first quarter. And they lead by 10 heading into the second. Shaylin with 10 points, Parks with 7, and Atia Rivera with 2 for the Hilltoppers. On the other side for the Whalers, 4 for Leo, 3 for Almeida Sylvia. She started the scoring, and Monica Ayers with 2. New Bedford will start with possession to begin the second quarter. Evan Massoud with you on Fred TV for Big 3 Girls Hoops here at Durfee. New Bedford and Durfee squaring off in the last Big 3 game of the season. Double dribble there, and it turns the ball back over after the Hilltoppers got the steal. To the corner to Rose, who's back in. Coming out to the point, and now to the corner this side for Ayers, and that was long. Gaylor got the rebound on it. Rose now looking for someone to pass through, going to take it herself, pulls up from the foul line and drained it for 2. Her first points of the night. Callahan to Anusha Lemian just into the game, and that is no good from the corner. Rose calling for it from Almeida Sylvia. Doesn't get it to her. Ayers now does, as they went all the way around the arc. Coach Kelly saying Durfee ball, the official saying nope. New Bedford rather going to inbound with now 10 seconds on the shot clock. Gaylor to the corner. Now underneath to Martins, who gets over Carrero for the basket. So a 4-0 run to start the second for the New Bedford Whalers. So they've cut the lead to 6. Shaylin with a spin move in the paint, can't get it to go, and a foul. Going to be her second foul. She has both team fouls here in the first half for the Parks jars it loose. James to the basket. Some contact there. Parks keeps it in. Ooh, very close there, but she had that foot just touch out of bounds. Nice effort there. I really like the Hilltoppers defense here through the first quarter plus. Very impressed with the speed and the aggressiveness from the Lady Hilltoppers defense here in this game so far. They're getting rebounds. They're boxing out. Third team foul for the Hilltoppers. This one is going to go to Nicole Parks. Martins will take 2 shots. First one, nothing but net. Second one good as well. 19-15. For 3, James, it missed, but the Hilltoppers get the rebound back as Parks tips it out to Alimian. Carrero underneath, gets her own rebound back, puts it in, and the foul. Kind of a late whistle there, much to the chagrin of Coach Pina. 6th team foul for New Bedford, and Martins picking up her first. Liz Rodriguez checking in for Durfee. Carrero misses the and one. That's her first miss tonight on her 4th attempt. She misses, hit her first 3. Nice feed to Leo, but it's jarred loose, and Rodriguez, who just came into the game, gets credit for the steal. They find Atia Rivera, who's also back in, as Alimian went back to the bench. Rodriguez for 3. Got it over the stretch of the defense. And that was from way out, too. That was well behind the arc. Leo for 2. That's a big 3 right there for Rodriguez. Rivera to James. Back to Rivera. Now to Carrero. Found a hole, going to the hoop, draws the foul. 2 shots for Carrero. Janice Leo going to pick up her first 7th team foul, so the Hilltoppers are into bonus now. And Carrero will take 2. This is her 4th trip to the line in about a quarter and a half. And she's hit now 4 of 5. Catherine Callahan into the game now. Katera James going to get a break. Carrero sinks both that time. 14 for her in the game. That's a game high so far. Almost stolen and tipped away. Rose going baseline, throws it back. Ayers gets the feed from Resendiz. Double teamed, nowhere to go. Out of bounds. The Hilltoppers will inbound again. Good defensive pressure. New Bedford's doing a great job passing the ball around rather than dribbling it out. They're going with the passes through the air, and yet the Hilltoppers defense still quick enough to get there. I'm really liking what I'm seeing. Travel from Rivera, and she's smiling. She knows a little kind of a mental breakdown there. A little mental mistake. To the corner, Resendiz thought about setting for 3. Again, is double teamed. They got to go back out. Far side, wide open is Ayers. That's going to be long. Goes right into Carrero's hands. Callahan to Parks. Parks pulls up for three, and it's off the mark, a little long. Carrero there for the putback, and she gets fouled. Janice Leo with her second foul, both coming here in this quarter. 8th team foul. And Carrero back to a familiar spot, back to the line again, and she hits the first one. Second shot, no good. Leo got the rebound, got it to Rose, thrown away, out of bounds. Catherine Callahan let it just go rather than trying to pick it up. Carrero will inbound, so another turnover. Hilltoppers back up to a 10-point advantage here, 27-17 after that last free throw from Carrero. Parks loses the ball, gets it back from the floor, gets it to Rivera. Rivera puts it up, no good. Carrero is fouled again. Ninth team foul for New Bedford. At this point, just get the ball to Shaylin underneath. She's either going to put it in or she's going to get fouled. Third foul for Sharon Rose here in the first half. So 3 personals for her. First shot is no good for Carrero, and Rose is going to come out. And I wouldn't be surprised if she ends up sitting out the rest of the first half. It's always tough when you have 3 first half fouls. Carrero hits the second, another 1-for-2 trip for her. She has 7 points to her credit just from the line. 16 for the game. That's more than half of the Hilltoppers' point total. And now Shaylin with her 3rd foul, so she's going to take a seat. 4th team foul, Shaylin with 3 of them in the first half. Off the rim, it looked good leaving the hands, but spun off the rim there. Parks to the corner. Quick release 3 is short. Right into the hands of Rivera in the right place at the right time. Timeout, New Bedford. 13-point Hilltoppers lead with 2:45 to play in the first half. The first meeting was a very close meeting back on January 19th in New Bedford. The Whalers won 56-53. We see our trainer Kelly Mahoney taking Kiara Almeida Sylvia to be checked out. A little bit of a limp for number 15 of the Whalers. I'm sure if you're Coach Kelly or Coach, Pina, you hope that maybe having Rose and having Carrero, Rose for New Bedford, Carrero for Durfee, sit out here maybe over the last couple minutes that, for New Bedford, you hope you can not fall any further behind, but for Durfee, and you hope that the lead stays kind of where it is and they can hold off New Bedford without the presence of their senior captain. Leo gets the inbound pass, going back to Ayers. Out of the point, there's contact and a kind of a delayed whistle, but foul on the floor. I believe that's going to be on Rivera. Oh no, that is on Catherine Callahan. 15 foul for the Hilltoppers. We'll see Gaylor inbounding the game, inbounding now from the side. Cheryl Parks into the game now. Still New Bedford ball. Monica Ayers getting it to Leo. Leo is tripped up and went tumbling down, and we're going to have another Hilltopper foul as they're starting to add up for Durfee as well. 6-team foul. Nicole Parks picking up her second personal. They get it to Leo, and another foul. So the Hilltoppers up to 7 now, and it puts New Bedford into bonus. This one's on Cheryl Parks, who just came into the game. 3 straight fouls for the Hilltoppers. Katera James ready to check back in. Leo at the line for 2. Was 0 for 2 in her first trip. And the first one does not fall. Catherine Callahan coming out. Katera James back in for the Hilltoppers. And a long 30 seconds of play since that timeout. A lot of pauses due to fouls. Leo hits the second. Get it into Rivera. James calling for it. Keeps it in. They get it to Rodriguez, and she puts it in for 2. Nice job by James on the long pass. It was going by her. She kept it in. Ayers saves it from going past that center court line. Resendiz back to Gaylor, back to Ayers. Now to Leo in the paint. Spins, turns, puts it up. No good. Jump ball. And the Hilltoppers have it. Out to Rivera. Almost the same inbound they just had on their last possession of the ball. Rivera breaking in from center court. James puts it up, no good. Swatted by Parks. Got to Rodriguez, now to Rivera, and now Parks has it. 90 seconds to play in the first half. We'll slow it up a little bit. Parks thought of going for 3. Now out to James. James for 3, and it's off the back of the rim. Up the ladder is Parks. That's Cheryl Parks. Jump ball. This one will go to New Bedford. And Parks actually picks up a foul there, too. So Cheryl Parks with 2 fouls off the bench. It's the 8th for the Hilltoppers, and Leo will head to the line shooting 1 and 1. First one falls. So for Leo, after missing her first 3 free throws, she's hit her last 2 with a chance to get back to 50% if she can hit this one. And it'll get the Whalers to 20 points on the night. That one no good. Nicole Parks with the rebound. Speeding down the sideline here. Out to Rivera. Rivera gonna take the 3, and it's off the back of the rim. Leo up the ladder for it. Jump ball. Nicole Parks would not let go. Again, the aggressiveness for the Hilltoppers, not giving an inch. Still up by 13, 61 seconds to play in the first half, now under a minute. Rivera jarring it loose twice. It went back to Gaylor, but giving no room at all. And a timeout for Coach Pina with 12 seconds on the shot clock. Something to be said about, you know, full court pressing, and the Durfee boys tend to shine the best when they do that, and the Lady Hilltoppers have really been relentless on defense here in the first half. If you have the speed and you have the agility, the press on defense is always beneficial, it seems. 9 points allowed in the first, and now so far 10 points here in the second quarter allowed by the Hilltoppers, and just 6 points from the field. The other 4 coming at the line thanks to the kind of late surge of fouls here in the second quarter. You take some of those fouls away, and could very easily be a 15 or 16 point game. Almeida Sylvia will inbound with now 10 seconds on the shot clock, 40 for the half. 5 on the shot clock now. They get it to Leo underneath, and she puts it in for 2. Having a nice second quarter. Leo's up to 10 points now for the game. 32-21. Coach Kelly telling Rivera to hold it off. Kill the clock. It's about a 2-second differential between the shot clock and the game clock. Nice move by Rivera, spinning, going to the far side of Rodriguez. Now to Cheryl Parks. Quick release 3 is long. Katera James has it go out of bounds off of her. And a quick sub here. Brendan Kelly going to get Nicole Parks out, bringing in Anush Alimian. Cheryl Rose going in, Sharon Rose rather, excuse me, going in for Coach Pina with 9.4. I would keep an eye on her. They may try to get it to her outside. Number 24, there she is. 5 seconds. Leo using the height, banks it in for 2. That finishes the first half. The Whalers with 4 straight points to end that first half. They are down though by 9. The Hilltoppers with a 32-23 lead here after 1 half of play. Good game we got going. Really good game we got going. Fast pace, lots of excitement. That was a good second quarter for the Whalers. Again, they got the benefit of some of Durfee's late fouls there. A 14-point second quarter for them. For the Hilltoppers, they kept adding points. They added 13 in the second, but that was after 19 in the first. So they went off a little bit on offense, and they allowed a few more on defense, but they built that big lead, and they still lead by 9. So they only really gave 1 point back when it counts there. So at the half, Durfee up by 9. We'll have the third quarter on the other side. Stick around on Fred TV. Okay, third quarter about to begin here on Fred TV. Evan Massoud with you here for girls Big 3 basketball. Durfee hosting New Bedford. Hilltoppers in a must-win situation if they want to get into the state tournament. And they would do so by winning tonight and forcing a 3-way tie for the Big 3. And right now they lead by 9 points, 32-23. So they've won the first half. If you're counting quarters, the Hilltoppers won the first quarter, but they lost the second quarter 14-13 if you want to count it that way. But that big first quarter lead has helped them. And they start with possession here underneath to Nicole Parks. Went out of bounds off of, I think it might have gone out off of either Leo or Rose. So Durfee going to inbound with 18 on the shot clock here. James calling for it. They're going to go out to Parks. I don't think Callahan ever saw James. Parks loses the ball, gets tripped up. Leo with a nice job to get the pass off on her back. And they get it to Rose. Both Rose and for New Bedford and Carrero for Durfee with 3 fouls apiece. They are in to start the second half. Nicole Parks around the back. Lost the ball, but Abby Callahan there. Now they go to Atia Rivera. To Parks in the paint. Parks loses it down to the ground. She goes. Bank shot no good. Carrero and Rose tied up for the jump ball. Gotta be honest, on that last possession for Durfee, I'm surprised that Rivera didn't take the 3. She was wide open. I mean, she doesn't normally take a lot of 3s, but I mean, she passed it to Parks. Parks was in triple coverage in the paint. And getting the tip there is Parks, winning the battle against Leo. Hilltoppers come away with it. Callahan out to James. James going to the hoop, can't roll it up. Carrero can't reel it in, and the Whalers will have possession. Get it to Rose. Rose to Resendiz underneath. Now to Leo. No fouls, and there was a lot of contact there. And Coach Pena not happy with the non-call, and he gets a technical foul. Well, he's going to have to sit the rest of the game here, as Carrero at the line shooting 2. Hits them both. And, you know, with seeing that, I can understand Coach Pena's frustration. But seeing the reaction and now the official call on the tech, it continues to make us wonder how Coach Rudolph did not end up with a tech when his boys were here after the numerous outbursts that we saw from the New Bedford bench. Foul on the Hilltoppers. And it's Atia Rivera picking up her first personal foul. A 3-ball for the Whalers. Monica Ayers finally sinks one from downtown. She's had a few looks at the 3, but that one goes down for her. Callahan to the corner to Carrero. Now back out to James at the point. Now to Rivera, 10 on the shot clock. Callahan, the low pass, had to scoop it up. 5 on the shot clock. Rivera has an open lane, goes to the basket, no good. It did not hit the rim, so it is a shot clock violation and a turnover as it goes. And Shaylin's picking up her 4th personal foul. And Carrero's going to have to come out. Second team foul here for the Hilltoppers. To the corner, Rose puts a jumper up. I think James might have deflected it a bit because it was short. It's off the front of the rim. The corner to Callahan. It's good for 3. Catherine Callahan just into the game. Knocks it down from outside. Back up to a 13-point game. It's 39-26. And a timeout. Rose gets the inbound pass, gonna go across the court and cannot keep it in. Again, good pressure. Rose with the, you could say, a little bit of a deep pass as well, not right on the money. And Durfee gonna get it back. Nicole Parks will inbound. Get to Rivera, right back to Parks. Around Leo, can't get it to go. Really nice move there. Couldn't get it to go in, though, over the shoulder. Now to Leo it goes. Parks defending. And that one does not fall. Rivera to Callahan. Now to Parks. Parks taking the open 3 off the back of the rim. Rose, nice job boxing out, going up the ladder for the rebound. Whalers have numbers, 4 on 3. Blocked by Parks. A clean block, and the Whalers will have to inbound. Right to Leo, and a foul. Pretty clear-cut foul there on Parks. Durfee's third foul here in the second half. It's the third personal foul for Nicole Parks. Leo going to go back to the line again. Leo had 3 trips to the line in the first half. First one is good here. It gives her 13 points for the game. Carrero still the game high, the game leader with 18, but she's currently on the bench after picking up that 4th foul. 2 for 2 for Leo, and she is 4 for 8 at the line in the game, so she's up to 50%. Going for 3 again is Callahan, and it's just a little bit long. Rose all alone, doesn't fall. Jump ball. Durfee gonna get this one. Deep pass in, and Nicole Parks fighting for it, able to get it to Abby Callahan, breaking to the basket. Good for 2. Her first basket of the game. 13-point game again. 41-28 the score now. As we've passed the halfway mark of the third quarter. Rose to Resendiz, going for 3. Got it! That's a big one there. 10-point game. Foul on Callahan. Gonna be Durfee's 4th. That should be on Abby Callahan. My bad, it's on Catherine. Catherine Callahan picking up the foul. James tips it out of bounds. Inbound to Almeida Sylvia. They get it to Ayers. Back out to Almeida Sylvia. Now to Leo, breaking in the paint. Gets the foul. Katera James picking up her first. The Hilltoppers really racking up the fouls here over the last 90 seconds or so. They're up to 5. We're not even through the third. Much like the Whalers, in fact, in the first half. Now Leo at the line yet again. That one well short of the basket, hits the front of the rim. So this is her 5th trip to the line. Parks and James at the basket, hoping for a rebound. That one goes down. 15 points for Janice Leo. Rivera almost lost it there. Parks with it. Resendiz trying to get in there and jar it loose. They get it to Abby Callahan, no good. Catherine gets the rebound on the other side. Never hit the rim, so shot clock still going. 12 on the shot clock. And the Whalers with a foul. It's going to be Resendiz. Second team foul and her second personal. Foul on the floor resets the shot clock for the Hilltoppers as it was going down to 10. So that's a welcome sight for them. Get it to Rivera. Resendiz really working hard. Seems like with both with James and Resendiz, she's been trying to jar the ball loose. Parks to the corner to James. James with a quick 3, and it's off the back of the rim. Almeida Sylvia. Whistle on Parks. No foul, though. That was actually for the out of bounds. So no fouls. They get it into Leo now. Getting it back to Rose. Almeida Sylvia thought of pulling up for 3, does not. Out to Resendiz to the corner to Ayers. And she airs it out. Little long there. Durfee with the rebound. As we roll up on the 2-minute warning of the third quarter. 2 minutes to play in the third. Rivera trying to find a lane, and a bad pass, but kept by Abby. Well, that was Catherine again, my bad. Abby with the three. Parks with the rebound. Wants to go court to court. To the basket, puts it in for two. 14-point game for the Hilltoppers. That's Parks' first basket since the first quarter. She was held scoreless in the second. And with the three in that basket, the Hilltoppers put up 5 quick points. 46-32. Out of bounds with 13 on the shot clock. Liz Rodriguez coming in. Catherine Callahan going to take a seat. Had a big three, though, here in this third quarter. Janice Leo for two. Leo at 17 now. Next basket would give her make her the leading scorer in the game. Rivera gets the feed underneath. Now James, quick pull-up three. It's going to be wide to the right. Parks tips it. Rivera gets the rebound. 41 seconds to play here in the third. Parks underneath, banks it in for two. .30 seconds left in the third. Gonna go to Leo. Parks on her. No fouls. Shot clock off with 20 to play. Rivera with the ball. Now 15 seconds. Tipped away. Bad pass from Rodriguez. 2-on-1 to the basket. No good, and that's going to end the third. As Almeida Sylvia couldn't put it up. Third quarter done, and the Hilltoppers extend their lead. 48-34. 14-point lead is the largest of the night for the Hilltoppers. They hold New Bedford to 11, put up 16 of their own. And really the players off the bench coming through big for the Hilltoppers here in the third quarter. And some of the other players some of the starters who were held quiet also getting back into the game here. So Parks over 10, she's got 11 now. The Callahan sisters accounting for 8 points in the last few minutes of the third quarter. And they did all of that without Shaylin Carrero for a while. For New Bedford, Janice Leo is the one keeping them in the game. She had 5 points in the third, 17 for the game. New Bedford starts with possession. The Hilltoppers trying to get into the postseason, and they need to win this game to do so. Fourth quarter action. Evan Massoud with you here at the start of the fourth on Fred TV. Hilltoppers in a must-win against their arch rivals. You know, for the Hilltoppers with the big lead, really, I mean, use the clock. And we talked about this with the Diamond game we did last Friday for the girls' senior night, the Lady Bengals senior night. Parks with a nice jumper inside the paint. You know, Diamond and Shane Doyle, one thing they do, again, at lower division, pace of play is a little bit slower. Here's a three from Almeida. Sylvia! Oh, no, that's Monica Ayers. Monica Ayers with another from downtown, her second. So she's got 8. But, you know, one of the things, like I said, with Diamond is they really kill the clock in the fourth when they have a decent lead. No rebound. Parks back to the basket, no good. Gaylor comes away with it. I'd like to see Durfee, really would like to see the Hilltoppers collision there. Kind of use the clock a little bit to their advantage. Liz Rodriguez going to pick up Durfee's 7th foul. Oh, 6th foul, rather. First one here in the 4th. You know, let's see if the Hilltoppers can, while getting a few points here and there, you know, they have a good lead. Try to shorten the game here for their opponent and really use the clock effectively. Sharon Rose at the line. This is her first trip to the line. She misses the first shot. Again, the freshman team for Durfee won to begin the afternoon. The JV team won 41-36, a comeback win. That one falls. And now varsity trying to earn a split of the big three and a playoff spot. Make it a clean sweep here. We'll go the other direction as Parks went out of bounds. Forced out, really, on a double team. The Whalers defense has stepped up in terms of pressure. The Hilltoppers are still able to make the shots. They're getting them to fall, but I have to say New Bedford's defense has been pretty much on par with Durfee's here tonight in terms of aggressiveness and speed. This really has been a competitive game. I think it's a matter more of the Hilltoppers getting more balls to fall. Leo jarred it loose, but Rivera was luckily in the right spot at the right time for Durfee. Parks loses it, carry, and it's a turnover. "12-point lead for Durfee, 50-38 with 6 minutes to play in the game. Ayers going for three. That's going to be off the front of the rim, no good. Leo puts it up, no good. Parks takes the rebound, tries to get around Resendiz, cuts back inside. Full steam ahead, slows it up, out to James. James for three, no good. Rivera there for the rebound. No, that was Rodriguez who got it to Rivera. Now Rodriguez with it. Puts up a jumper, no good. And some feisty Durfee fans on the other side looking for a foul. Sharon Rose for three, and it is now a 9-point game. Whalers creeping back. They've outscored Durfee 7-2 here in the 4th quarter. Timeout, Durfee. Kind of could sense that coming. Not a bad call there by Coach Kelly. Trying to calm the troops. Couple three balls for the Whalers have gotten them back in it. Well, while we have a moment here, let's take a look at the road ahead for the Lady Hilltoppers. So after tonight, hosting New Bedford here. And then they have Taunton on Monday and Attleboro on Wednesday to finish the season off. But again, in terms of playoffs, those games won't mean anything if they end up giving up the lead here in the 4th. A turnover on the inbound pass. Resendiz going to the basket, can't get it to fall. High bouncer. Durfee will have it. Senior night scheduled for Wednesday against Attleboro. Swatted out of play by Almeida Sylvia, and Hilltoppers will inbound again. They get the ball into Catherine Callahan, now to Parks. Parks one-on-one. Good pass underneath to Rodriguez for two. Rodriguez with 7 points off the bench tonight, including a 3. That's put down by Rose, who's starting to heat up here in the 4th. James, a jumper inside the arc. That would have been for 2, no good. Coming back to get the rebound. It's tipped out. Callahan is there, gets it to her sister, so Abby to Catherine. Now Abby with it back. Working the perimeter. Back across to Abby. Now Parks coming up. 10 on the shot clock. James taking the 3 off the front of the rim. And Sharon Rose with the ball. Thinking of 3, she keeps thinking she wants to pull up. Instead, going to the hoop, puts it down for 2. We're halfway through the 4th. And it is a 7-point game. New Bedford chipping away. Jalen Carrero coming back in. Maybe just the spark the Hilltoppers need. She has 4 fouls. So she's got to be careful. She sat most of this 4th, and it's probably for this reason, is that if New Bedford got it close, you want her finishing, not just starting the 4th and getting fouled out. Parks to the basket. Timeout, Durfee. Nicole Parks with 15 points on the night. It's back to a 9-point game with 3:41 to play. And New Bedford at 11-7, as we said. They're already in the tournament, so they're playing tonight for Big 3, sole title of the Big 3, and continuing to up their record, hoping for a better seeding and hoping for really a first-round home game, or maybe even a bye, depending on how well they finish. But my guess is usually when you have 7 losses, you probably won't get the bye in the first, but you'll get a home game. And so for New Bedford, they're trying to get sole possession of the Big 3, but again, down by 9 now after that last Durfee basket. We're under 4 minutes to play in the game. Sharon Rose taking it out. Kind of directing traffic a bit. James defending her well. Ayers got the open 3. It's off the back of the rim. Callahan getting held by Resendiz, and somehow, though, was able to get it back to James because she was kind of had her arms tied back. And an offensive foul on Parks. Well, they're calling that on the Whalers. I really thought that was on the Hilltoppers. Sharon Rose picking up her 4th. That's should have been an offensive foul. Hilltoppers catch a break. Carrero, can't get it to go. It did not want to fall. Hilltoppers will keep it, though, as it went out. I think Leo was the last to touch it. Carrero was just all alone underneath. Gonna pass it out. Parks tips it, gets it to Carrero. Doesn't go. Almeida Sylvia comes away with it. 3 minutes to play. Going for 3. Knocks it down. She opened the scoring in the 1st and now hits one here in the 4th. It's a 6-point game. Nicole Parks, uncontested to the basket. 6 points in the 4th for her. She has 17. What a great game tonight. Monica Ayers for 3. That's off the rim. Carrero and Parks boxing Leo out to get the rebound. Get it to Parks. Parks going for 3. That is well to the right. Never hit the basket. And it's no good. Catherine Callahan subbing out for Atia Rivera. And so all 5 starters back out on the court for the Hilltoppers with 2:18 to play. Bad pass and the steal for Parks. Gonna take it slow to the hoop. Can't get it to go up. Not enough loft on it. Resendiz calling. Rose not seeing it. Keeping it herself instead of getting it to her teammate. Gets the points. And Coach Pina calling timeout. Rose with a huge fourth quarter. 2 points the first 3 quarters. 10 here in the fourth. $1:50 on the clock. It's a 6-point game again. Tournament seedings and pairings come out on Friday for basketball through the MIAA. So we will be updating, of course, the Facebook page the minute we know where teams are going to play. We know the two Diamond boys, the two Diamond basketball teams, boys and girls, are both in the tournament. The Durfee boys still working hard to get in. They cannot get in via the Big Three as they entered tonight's game at New Bedford 0-3 in the Big Three. So the league is a non-factor. They have to do it with overall wins. For the Durfee girls, they got to win this and hold on to this lead if they want to make the postseason. If they do, we'll know where they're playing on Friday. Long inbounding pass. It's a foot race to the ball. Parks keeps it in. And it's going to be a foul on James, Durfee's 7th. So it's a 1-1. James' second foul. And at the line, it's going to be the captain, Resendiz, shooting 1-1. And it does fall. A favorable bounce here. A little bit of backspin helped her out there. First one is good. Second one, no good. 5-point game. This is as close as New Bedford has been all of the second half, really. Parks out to Carrero. It's off the rim, out of bounds. Hilltoppers will inbound with 91 seconds to play. Parks all alone for 3. Big 3 right there for Parks. $20 points for Parks. Sharon Rose, no good, out of play, and Durfee has it. 59-51. And that 3 ball from Parks, probably the biggest shot of the night. She wants a couple more, and she puts it in. 10-point Durfee lead with 63 seconds to go. Resendiz for 3, short. Parks with the rebound. Coach Kelly telling them to hold the ball, telling his girls hold it, but don't lose it. Parks had it jarred loose. They feed it to Carrero. Carrero coming back. 13 on the shot clock. Leo getting hit with a foul. Her 3rd personal. 4th team foul. Fouls on the floor, and it resets the shot clock for the Hilltoppers. Rivera can't get it to go. Sharon Rose with desperation. Full steam ahead. Underneath to Leo. Puts it in for 2. Good feed there and a timeout for New Bedford. Leo with 19 points, but that is just her first basket of the 4th quarter after really 2 fantastic middle quarters and a 4-point first. She was held scoreless till this point. It's an 8-point Durfee lead with 22.3 to play. So as I was saying about tournament seedings, though, for the tournament teams, be sure to like and follow our Fred TV Sports Facebook page. We'll have all of your tournament info right there. As soon as we know something, you'll know it. Look at the scoring here in the fourth for the Hilltoppers. Nicole Parks with 11 of the Hilltoppers' 13 fourth quarter points. Without her, this lead would be in serious jeopardy. She had a great first quarter, grabbed 2 baskets in the third after a scoreless second, and she has heated up here in the fourth. Carrero with it. Leo fouls. That's her fourth. James got to get it in. They get it to Carrero again. And the Hilltoppers with fouls. The Whalers with fouls to give here. So that was the last one. This is Almeida Sylvia with the foul. 6-team foul before the Hilltoppers will take shots. And now Callahan will shoot 1 and 1. Sharon Rose has fouled out of the game with that last foul. That's New Bedford's 7th. So Abby Callahan going to shoot 1 and 1 here after the fouls committed by New Bedford. Hilltoppers playing safe here, playing back. 4 playing back. First shot is no good, so no second shot. 10 seconds to play. Turnover, Anusha Lemian gonna hold on to the ball, and the Lady Hilltoppers are going back to the playoffs. A win here at home against New Bedford earns them a 3-way split of the Big 3 title. So they will share the title of league champions, a 61-53 victory. Oh, congratulations to Coach Kelly and the Durfee girls. New Bedford with quite the charge there in the fourth quarter, but ultimately coming up short thanks to Nicole Parks and what was an amazing fourth quarter for her. 22 points for her in the game, 11, half of them in the fourth. Very impressive finish for her, because Carrero, who sat out most of the third, only had 2 second half points, 0 in the fourth. So it's a matter of this was a big team victory for the Hilltoppers, one that they absolutely positively needed, and they got it. And I'm sure Coach Kelly will be the first to say that one of the major reasons was also our presence here tonight, and me wearing the vest that he, the lucky vest, the superstitious coach. Hey, I'm superstitious too, but whatever it takes. The bottom line is, all superstitions aside, that's all for fun. The Durfee girls just played 32 minutes of great basketball, made shots when they needed to, played phenomenal defense, high test, aggressive defense tonight against an aggressive New Bedford team, and they came out on top with the 8-point victory. What a great Friday night game here before the vacation week. That's going to do it from the field house. Evan Massoud saying, enjoy a great winter vacation, and we will see you soon.